oil and watercolor painting, all within a minimalistic folder. In this episode, I reveal how my invention works, the hidden features within, how to transform it from a watercolor setup to an oil setup, and test how it performs on a real adventure. Interacting with local communities and painting their beautiful landscapes. Searching for the colors of Sumba's coastline and ending the trip with a dark twist.
This place is weird.
A strange host and a missing painting.
It's gone. Maybe something more. Yeah. Power.
That's the plan. Going to Sumba with my folder and paint at least 2 oils and at least 2 watercolors with the same setup. So this is the beginning of the adventure. I'm going to be preparing these canvases here. I'm probably going to take 2 or 3 canvases. Oops. There we go. I'm going to be laying down some paper on top of it so that I may be able to control the surface and get a really nice surface, just like I did in this painting here. Yeah, beautiful surface. A little bit grainy. It kind of takes the paint really well. And it's also fast drying. I've managed to get a surface that's quite absorbent. That allows me to work quite quick and lay the paint.
I will explain how the palette works in more details later. But for now, I have to load it up with all the paints before I leave for my early flight to Sumba.
So I've got the folder here and I've got the canvases underneath, stacked one on top of the other. There we go. It fits pretty snug. Okay, I am officially on my way to the airport and yeah, pretty exciting. Let's go. My bike is parked and I'm just looking for my terminal, but yeah, hopefully I didn't forget anything. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir.
I thought my flight was on the domestic. Then I looked at my ticket and it said international. I went to the international and looked on the board, it wasn't there. I asked someone, he said, your flight is domestic, but it says international on my ticket. So now this very kind driver is taking me back to the domestic airport. So I'm not late for my flight. Thank you, that's for you. No, you saved my... Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, bye. So I made it onto the plane after all this trouble I got upgraded. After a little more than an hour, I land in Sumba. And my luck continues as I see my luggage come out first. I meet with the person whom I'm renting the bike from. And now it's an hour-and-a-half bike ride to my homestay. I then get greeted by my host, and he seems perfectly normal at first.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, maybe later. Beautiful. So, let me show you how this folder actually works. Let's get it out here. First things first, I'm going to set it up for watercolor. And watercolor is painted mostly, not always, but mostly sitting down because of the angle of attack of the folder. Unlike oil painting, the canvas is usually very vertical. Watercolor is at about a 30-degree angle to let the water run down, but you don't want it vertical, otherwise the water runs down too fast. So, assuming you're painting watercolor sitting down, which I usually do. So, I'm going to sit down first. Let's get the folder out. Now, firstly, the folder is made out of wood and leather only. There's nothing else. Maybe a bit of metal here and there, but there's no plastic. I handmade it because I found myself always watercoloring, and I loved watercolor, but I found it so difficult to take with me an oil setup as well as a watercolor setup. So I started thinking, how can I combine the two? And just laying in my bed in the evening and just trying to figure out how I could do this, I came up with this design, which is basically like an extension of my watercolor setup, but it sort of accommodates features that allow you to oil paint. So let's start with these two compartments here. One, I'll get closer. Here we've got all the hogs, not that many, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hogs. We got a few sables here, 1, 2, 3, 4 sables, and then we've got all the watercolor brushes here, a bit of Chinese white here, pencil, measuring stick, eraser, knife. There's a ruler back there. This all fits with magnets here. It fits very well. It's very sturdy, and it's not going to come off just by, if you hit your folder, it's not going to fall off. Look at it. It is very sturdy. Let's put this back and introduce the palette, which is really awesome as well. So, here's the palette. A leather palette, a bit on the heavy side, but it does accommodate a lot. So, there it is. We've got a place for the turpentine, a place for the medium. And as you can see, this is all for watercolor. And behind here, beneath this plastic here, this is all oil. And if you want to paint watercolor, you want to take this off. You lay it somewhere here. Take all these panels off, including these. There we go. You're going to put this back here. And now you're set up for watercolor. Now, let's introduce the inside of the folder. It can accommodate a lot of paper. You can probably put, I don't know, 50 sheets of paper, maybe 70 sheets of paper, and it protects your paper very well. That's very important when you've made a series of beautiful watercolors, and it's a good peace of mind to know that they're very safely protected. Now, there is a photography little attachment here for a tripod. Make sure it's nice and tight. You can put this whole setup on the tripod, and that's what we're going to do. I should take my coat off. It's so hot. Whew. So, tighten the ball, and there you go. Let's make sure you're in the frame here. By putting it on a tripod like this, it means you can sort of change your angle of attack. Let me turn around. I'll get a piece of paper on there. It's very important to have a straight back, and I like to have it arm's length away. So that way I can measure things like this, and directly I know it's going to be to scale. And I know if I've got a straight back, my image doesn't change. If I want to go a bit higher, I can go a bit higher for the drawing. That way my paper is closer to the subject. Right, let's get a piece of paper on there. See how the paper attaches on here. So I got 4 little magnets. That is sufficient
to paint my little watercolor. I can go all the way to something this large. That's as large as we're gonna go. That's about 40 by 30. Once you've got this set up, we're gonna get the brushes out. And the brushes, you can either lay them on the floor like so, or you've got little nipples here that you can fix this on like so. It's nice to have all your material available at arm's reach, and it's not on the floor, so it's not going to get wet or dirty or so. And then you got your palette here, which is set up for watercolor. It's getting a bit dirty. I've been using it for a few months, but it's still working great and it's pretty comfortable. And oh yeah, I almost forgot the cup of water. Wait a second. Up, cup of water, telescopic little cup, pulls out like this, and you can put it on the floor. But if you don't have a stable ground, I put a bit of Velcro here. There we go. And now you got your water. I think that's pretty neat. Right, now let's set it up for oil painting. Let me show you what's going on back there. Up. You got these here that are magnetic. Now we can place these right on top of the hole here, and using our little mini wrench bit we can fix them. There we go. And then back here there's this bar here going to be screwed here, and this we will screw in here. That's all there is to it. Now we've got our canvas, nice beautiful canvas here, and there we go. You can turn this around, you can take this off, and if we want to paint like Monet, paint sitting down, and if we want to paint more like Sargent, standing up, we can paint standing up. I can't think of any other setup that can accommodate watercolor and oil that is compact and fits into a bag and you can travel with over a long weekend. I don't even have to bring paint tubes. That's enough paint. There's no other setup in the world that can do this. You want to pack up quite quickly when you're done. Boom, just slot it in there. Magnetic. This. You don't even need to look. It just sticks. And I twist it like so, and that's it. And I can just like put it over my arm and walk away. Please let me know in the comments whether you think this is genius, whether you think this is stupid, whether I'm missing any features, whether I should commercialize this. I don't know, it's been working out for me, so I thought I'd share it with you to see if some of you would benefit from a setup like this. Early morning, it's 6:45 and we've got some beautiful light, almost no clouds. Oh yeah, the guy's gonna open up for me. Like I see. Yeah. My heart begins to fall quickly for the natural beauty this island has to offer. The thick, smoky atmosphere and the children hiding behind it. The men here carry swords, and it can be a bit intimidating at first. Which gives me the excuse of finishing this painting later. Maybe tomorrow. Besok pagi. Besok pagi habis. But if you are kind and respectful, they will just use it to open coconuts for you. And when that feeling of intimidation passes, you quickly begin to see the people's kindness and their welcoming attitude.
am out and about again looking for another spot. And I start recording, but my phone runs out of battery. After a quick cleanup of my palette and brushes, I turn the paint rack around to set it up for watercolor. And out I go again to find my first watercolor landscape. I got this wonderful view behind me. I'm going to be setting up for watercolor, and then later on we'll set it up for oil. I think the angle is going to be best here or here. I mean, this is wonderful. This is beautiful. These two palm trees, a few coconuts, the ocean, some cliffs in the back, the blues and the oranges. What more can you ask for? In order to transfer it into a watercolor palette, I'm going to have to take these off. Let's get back to the folder. After a quick drawing and establishing a good outline, I rush to lay my brush on the paper to capture those blues. I usually work from darkest value to lightest value, but because of the lack of foreground structure and overlapping distances, I begin with the sky and work my way back to front. And as if it was meant to be, some goats come into the view, and adding them makes for a great element to the picture. Yeah. Yeah.
Sama, persis.
Yeah? I can see.
Yeah.
The cleanup's pretty simple. It's much more simple than in oils, which I'll do later. I pack up quick to go find some cliffs in the evening light, which I will paint in oil. Goes back underneath there. This guy offered me a coconut from afar, just climbed up really quickly and getting me some coconuts. This is how you get a drink in Sumba. It's amazing to find the willingness from the locals to interact and make you feel welcome. It's truly heartwarming. Quite the adventure to get to this last location, but hopefully it's worth it. Trying to get a view on those cliffs in the evening light. Yeah, let's see. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. This is gonna be it. This is the spot. Okay, I'm set up. Now we've got to paint. There we go. We are set up for oil. I just made a muted color to start drawing up my composition. I then start by jotting down a few dark values to anchor those rocks. I then put blue on my brush and focus on the value of the sky, which if correct will make those sunlit cliff glow. I then start placing that light on the cliff.
and my canvas being slightly tinted allows me to heighten the value and make that light feel ever present on my canvas. There is no better feeling than being absolutely focused and in the moment. Letting those colors and that light excite your hand almost uncontrollably. This was so fun. And look at the sunset behind me. I mean, so beautiful. Alright. Now remember that guy that showed me to my room? He was a heavy drinker, and this is what he did with his mornings. And when one of my paintings went missing from the room, I had to confront him about it. But the night was already here, and he was very drunk.
I'm just wondering if maybe
I'm sorry. Explain you one more. I go see palm tree.
Yeah.
Papa, and then I go skip, protect, and then suddenly they come, that's gone. This is gone. One gone. Check around my place.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Who do you think? You think a child took it, or?
Nobody can come. Nobody.
No, it's weird because there was another painting that was finished, and they didn't take the painting that was finished. They took the painting that was not finished.
Maybe something. Yeah. Power. Maybe something. Yeah. Power.
It's okay.
Sorry.
No problem. Don't worry. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Maybe if you find it, send me a picture.
Yes.
You have my WhatsApp.
Yes. I got.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. What? Yeah.
Good night.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
What? Yeah.
Basically, I started painting this morning, and I left it to dry outside, and somebody took the painting. Now it's gone. So I got nothing to finish tomorrow. I do have another canvas here. I could start again because it was a really nice angle, but it's a bit of a shame that I really wanted to finish it. Anyway, somebody took it. How strange. This is how I travel back with the wet paintings. The wood in the corner. It creates a gap. And then I put some string here, and then I'm going to put some tape to cover this gap here. Yes? What happened? What happened? The dog?
I don't know. They may be flying. The outside or the out my.
Outside?
Yeah, the kebun. Look.
That's so weird.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, if at least we found it.
Yeah.
This is so weird. They found the painting. It looks to me like someone threw it. This place is weird. I'm packing up and leaving this place and never coming back. Okay. Let's go. Made it to the plane.